We are here. Here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are here. We are here. So I am here, but the issue is we are not here to play games today, man. Today we are here to watch games again. And there we are. We are almost here. ਅੱਧੇ ਘੰਟੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਜਾਊਗਾ. Yo, Jeppy, ਵਧੀਆ ਵਧੀਆ ਭਰਾ ਤੂੰ ਸੁਣਾ ਕੀ ਹਾਲ ਨੇ? Oh fuck. Yo boys, give me a minute.
Very nice. Should we go back?
Yeah, fuck it. It's only like probably like 40 high quality bits down on. No big deal. I'm gonna die out here.
Oh, gunshots. Wait, is that AK?
Is that the biggest
Let's take a little look.
Yeah, let's take a look. Let's take a look.
The green one?
People.
Okay.
Gunshots. Gunshots towards J5. J5.
Me and Timmy going east. Me and Timmy going east.
Peanut, you need some food.
Need food? I have food.
Nah, I'm all good for now. I'm on a fasting thing. Trying to slim down a little.
Dude, you're gonna die. You literally have 53 food.
I don't think it gives you any damage until it reaches 0.
Yeah. And even then, you'll often see like some rust chads just starving, hungry, you know?
Wait,
Hungry
really?
for
In
blood.
raids, yeah, like no food. Their senses sharp from the hunger they feel, you know?
By the gods, by the gods. Ravenous
Yeah.
beasts.
Yeah.
Where they at, Timmy?
Channel that.
Yeah, I think they're at the compound.
Right here, this one?
Yeah, because there's scientists here, so they're clearing it.
Are they dead?
I can look around. Give me a sec.
Yo. You can't see your chat. I'm here. जब मैं गया बड़ा live होने लग पिया सही है bro.
Good morning,
Motherfucker, I've been live every day.
looking very good, very nice. Good morning, pineapple. Looking very good, very nice.
And जो Ramirez भी 4 ਲੱਖ ਦਾ ਪੈ ਰਿਹਾ.
That's literally so weird because I was just looking in the ores and gonna smell
Why
them.
are these players so expensive to be? Yo, Jeppy, my bad ਭਰਾ ਕੀ ਹਾਲ ਨੇ?
Walk up. Wait, it's AI.
That one's AI. The other two are not.
Yeah, I'm walking around.
You got you? Oh, I'm gonna chop at the AI. Oh fuck! I just blew a cover.
Get more large furnaces though.
Yeah, I killed.
Good morning, pineapple.
Can I
Yeah, we
craft
might
them?
need more large.
Looking very good, very nice.
I killed an AI. This guy back here. Back
Oh, I
here.
see what. There he
It's
is.
morning for you. Yeah, good morning, good morning. It's morning for me, man. We just
Hit him once,
woke
hit him
up. No, I mean, yeah, you could say I woke up like an hour ago.
For the AI.
I just basically came here to watch ALGS
I did.
Yeah,
There's two.
and play some Apex later. Or Crimson Desert. You know what? We can finish Crimson Desert today.
Fuck you.
Oh, both dead.
Oh, there he
Both
is.
dead.
The bungalators strike again.
Meh.
What do we have here?
You got players?
I say we pick him up. Yeah.
Wait, isn't Mind Flayer the guy who plays with the?
Look how
That's him. That is him.
Have a good one. Have a good one.
Godspeed, sir. Godspeed.
I'm watching Heat, the OG movie. The Heat.
There's more people shooting.
You been finishing it? Nah, today we're gonna do it, bro. We're on last. पता यार वही यार जेपी थोड़ा ना जी नहीं करता मैं खत्म कर दूँ कि you know there is like a TV show कि यार जे ਉਹ TV show ਮੁਕਾਤਾ ਨਾ ਤੇ ਉਦੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਕੁਝ ਵੇਖਣ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਰਹਿ ਜਾਣਾ ਉਦਾਂ ਦੀ ਹੋਈ ਪਈ ਆ ਉਹ ਗੇਮ ਇਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਮੇਰੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਕਿ if I finish it there won't be anything left for me to play. Yeah, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it, man. Like I gotta have that
Yes, but
satisfaction of ending a game. You know,
We're all good. There's
I need that.
blame like
Yo, did they removed provisional upgrades? There they are.
Are we ramming? Are we ramming? Are we ramming?
Have some familiar faces for everyone that is in stream. If you guys do see
Sounds good.
Okay, we have Soul playing today.
in rank. That sounds like a slow issue, no?
Knights of the Bunker strike tonight.
today, we do
There's like no gay game drop this year. Nah, nothing. Nah, there are, bro. What are you talking about? We have Phantom Blade 0. We have 007 Triangle First Light. Then we have GT6, hopefully. So we have 3 games in the bundle. May, yeah, for you guys. Alright, man.
get back. No, you can't.
I don't get your
That's a
shit.
big hit
I feel you.
today. We got Wolves Esports
Purple. Are you the guy that died over there?
at Pro League for Year 6. We also have
I don't even care if she has a little bit of a speed boost. It's only her.
But didn't they took off you
Somebody else
district?
goes to it. They're slow as shit.
Wait, what do you mean?
They took off you
I
district
don't
from
know.
rank.
Is it? No, that's.
No?
okay.
Oh, bro,
Yeah, it's
the entire
everybody.
team
Yeah,
that
it's
makes
everybody.
it. Okay.
Forgot it's a perk, and then it does that. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, whole team. Great.
The entire team gets like dollar speed for 30 seconds.
So dumb.
आज video भी edit करनी है नहीं gotta edit some videos. We gotta record some videos today.
Yeah, starting over at Olympus. So this is the first Olympus games in Year 6 Pro League. So looking forward to it. We do have them on the front end of our games, not the back end. And as we know, Q, sometimes the back end Olympus games can be a little bit how you going. But today we get to kind of witness it on the front side.
I'm trying to remember. I think that was Open 4 where we had Olympus's games 4, 5, and 6, and scrims is all I'll say. I guess is the best way to put it. But yeah, it should be fun to see today. I think especially now that you're in the Pro League and you're looking to set the tone. And I think
Yeah, so I think today we're gonna record
lobby today.
Dulla. I don't know, Jeppy. I don't know, man. I wanna say he's good.
Nice.
Hunter shot lemon.
He's chasing you. He's not up. He's not up yet. He's not up yet. He's just getting up on the roof. Oh, he's trying to put the stupidest ability in the game. But didn't even touch me. Cool.
No way that guy's gone.
We here, we here.
Better.
Nice. I'm just stunned.
Oh my god, bro.
Really struggled on Storm Point, which is where we're going to.
We're just 2v3ing these fucking trash cans.
I mean, it might take some time, I guess.
They're so
I
terrible.
had to get that guy that was by himself that actually opened up the door for that fight to win. If he got that heal off, it was GG's.
I just can't kill this guy.
I don't know if I wanna justify it like that, Jeppy.
I've noticed that, like, I don't know, dude. I liked fighting
Good
Octane
video.
because at least
Had a good sleep.
like, I don't know, I felt
Woke up good.
like Octane meta, I can literally shut out any Octane. It's not but there's
I'm gonna
so
watch
many
some
fucking
ALGS.
things that do something that waste your fucking time in fights. Like that.
Might do something. Might listen to some songs later. We do have a Harsh Nussi to. Nah, Jazzy B didn't drop like 2 days ago. क्या जो नवा फेरा है गाना कोई? Harsh Nusti karke kalakara. We definitely gonna watch that guy.
Very close by, and TYK as well. Is it going to be kind of hard for this team to be able to do what they want to?
Well, I think it would be easy to look at basically anybody's POI and go, oh, next door they.
So this song is so good. ईस्ट नु करेंगे स्ट्रीम व्हाट वीरे आप क्या कह रहे हैं yeah. Definitely ਵੀਰੇ ਰਾਤ ਨੂੰ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ iPhone Josh Broad Raj Broad ਦਾ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਕੋਕਾ-ਕੋਲਾ ਦਿਸਦਾ ਗਲੇ ਚੋਂ ਲੰਘਦਾ ਕੋਕਾ-ਕੋਲਾ ਦਿਸਦਾ ਗਲੇ ਚੋਂ ਲੰਘਦਾ ਉਹ ਹਾਨਣੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੁਣ ਹੁਸਨਾ ਦੀ ਹੱਟੀਏ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਦਿਲ ਦੇ ਸੰਦੂਖ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਖਾਂ ਜੱਟੀਏ ਦਿਲ ਦੇ ਸੰਦੂਖ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਖਾਂ ਜੱਟੀਏ ਉਹ ਹੱਟੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਵਿਕਣ ਪਤਾਸੇ ਹਾਨਣੇ ਹੱਟੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਵਿਕਣ ਪਤਾਸੇ ਹਾਨਣੇ ਸੁਰਖੀ ਬਿਨਾ ਨੇ ਕਾਦੇ ਹਾਸੇ ਹਾਨਣੇ ਸੁਰਖੀ ਬਿਨਾ ਨੇ ਕਾਦੇ ਹਾਸੇ ਹਾਨਣੇ I will take it. Good night. See you in the morning. ਉਹ ਬਰਫੀ ਜੇ ਬੁੱਲਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਤੂੰ ਅੱਜ ਖੋਲ ਦੇ ਬੈਸ 5-7 ਵਾਰੀ ਬੋਲ ਦੇ ਬੈਸ 5-7 ਵਾਰੀ ਬੋਲ ਦੇ ਉਹ ਰਾਵਲ ਪਿੰਡੀ ਤੋਂ ਮੰਗਵਾਈਆਂ ਝਾਂਜਰਾਂ ਰਾਵਲ ਪਿੰਡੀ ਤੋਂ ਮੰਗਵਾਈਆਂ ਝਾਂਜਰਾਂ ਨੱਚ ਕੇ ਦਿਖਾ ਦੇ ਹੀਰੋਇਨ ਵਾਂਗਰਾਂ ਨੱਚ ਕੇ ਦਿਖਾ ਦੇ ਹੀਰੋਇਨ We're gonna like listen to all songs by this guy, man, Harsh Nasi. He's insane. ਤੈਨੂੰ ਵੇਖਣੇ ਦੇ ਲੱਭਦਾ ਬਹਾਨੇ ਨੀ ਰਕਾਨੇ ਮੇਰੀ ਜਾਨੇ ਤੇਰੇ ਨੈਣਾ ਦੇ ਨਿਸ਼ਾਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਰ ਗਏ دیਵਾਨੇ ਜੇ ਕੋ ਪੁੱਛੇ ਖਾਸ ਕੌਣ ਦੱਸ ਤੇਰਾ ਨਾਮ ਲੈ ਦਿਆਂ ਹੋਵੇ ਜੇ ਇਜਾਜ਼ਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿਲ ਦੀ ਮੈਂ ਕਹਿ ਦਿਆਂ ਹੋਵੇ ਜੇ ਇਜਾਜ਼ਤ ਨਿਸ਼ਾਨੀ ਕੋਈ ਲੈ ਦਿਆਂ ਘੜੀ ਦੋ ਘੜੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੈਂ ਤੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੋਵੇ ਜੇ ਇਜਾਜ਼ਤ ਇਹਦੇ ਕਾਫੀ ਗਾਣੇ ਆਏ ਹੋਏ ਆ I'm gonna like pull up all his songs and then make a video out of it. ਠੀਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਤਾਂ ਦੂਰ ਮੈਥੋਂ ਕੱਟ ਹੋਣਾ ਵੀਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਜੇ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਸੋਹਣੀਏ ਤੂੰ ਦੇ ਦੇਵੇਂ ਇਜਾਜ਼ਤਾਂ ਰੱਬ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਮੰਨ ਕੇ ਹਾਏ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਬਾਤਾਂ ਮੰਗੇ ਸਾਥੋਂ ਦਿਲ ਜੇ ਤੂੰ ਜਾਣ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਦਿਆਂ ਹੋਵੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਕਾਮ ਜਿਹਾ ਗਾਣਾ ਵਾਈਪੀ ਸੌਂਗ ਕੋਈ ਲੈ ਦਿਆਂ ਘੜੀ ਦੋ ਘੜੀ ਨਾਲ ਬਹਿ ਜਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਜੇ ਇਜਾਜ਼ਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਵੇ ਜੇ ਇਜਾਜ਼ਤ ਕਿਸਮਤ ਸਾਡੀ ਤੇਰੇ ਵੱਲ ਤੋਰੀ ਜਾਣ ਦੀ ਪਿਆਰ ਨਾਲ ਇਜਾਜ਼ਤ ਹੈ ਪੂਰੀ ਜਾਣ ਦੀ ਤੇਰੇ ਹਾਂ ਮੁਰੀਦ ਥੋੜੇ ਫਾਸਲੇ ਮਟਾ ਮੋਰੇ ਖੜੇ ਅੱਖਾਂ ਮੂਰੋਂ ਜ਼ੁਲਫਾਂ ਹਟਾ ਜੇ ਕਰੇ ਹਾਂ ਕੌਫੀ ਪੀਣ ਚੱਲ ਚਲੀਏ ਦੱਸ ਕੁੜੇ ਅੱਜ ਜਾਂ ਗੱਲ ਚਲੀਏ ਦੱਸ ਜੇ ਤਾਂ ਦੇਖਣੀ ਬਰਫ਼ ਡਿੱਗਦੀ ਜਾਂ ਦੇਖਣ ਸਮੁੰਦਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਛੱਲ ਚਲੀਏ ਘੁੰਮਣੀ ਜੇ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਫੇ ਆ ਜਾ ਨਾਲ ਲੈ ਜਿਆਂ ਹੋਵੇ ਜੇ ਇਜਾਜ਼ਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿਲ ਦੀ ਮੈਂ ਕਹਿ ਦਿਆਂ ਹੋਵੇ ਜੇ ਇਜਾਜ਼ਤ ਨਿਸ਼ਾਨੀ ਕੋਈ ਲੈ ਦਿਆਂ ਘੜੀ ਦੋ ਘੜੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੈਂ ਤੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਬਹਿ ਜਿਆਂ ਹੋਵੇ ਜੇ ਇਜਾਜ਼ਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਵੇ ਜੇ ਇਜਾਜ਼ਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਵੇ ਜੇ ਇਜਾਜ਼ਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿਲ ਦੀ ਮੈਂ ਕਹਿ ਦਿਆਂ ਹੋਵੇ ਜੇ ਇਜਾਜ਼ਤ ਨਿਸ਼ਾਨੀ ਕੋਈ ਲੈ ਦਿਆਂ ਘੜੀ ਦੋ ਘੜੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੈਂ ਤੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਬਹਿ ਜਿਆਂ ਹੋਵੇ ਜੇ ਇਜਾਜ਼ਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਵੇ ਜੇ ਇਜਾਜ਼ਤ ਨਹੀਂ
BCG go in this lobby today without Gen G in the lobby. I feel like it is kind of really open for those two teams. unless Wolves Esports shows up like they did last year, because they may have been the most scariest team in the first 5 weeks of Pro League 4 split number 2 I've ever seen in APAC South. So it's exciting to see, but we don't know exactly what Wolves Esports we have out here.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the things that I was going to be keeping my eyes on today.
Wolves, definitely, man, definitely.
What do they look like starting off the new season? Because starting off last season, yeah, they definitely look scary. You know, no name back.
I mean, bro, pata ki ਚੱਕਰ ਆ ਯਾਰ
form, right? Like they got themselves a pretty solid draft.
ਮਤਲਬ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਯਾਰ ਰੀਲ songs ਨੇ basically, right? You wouldn't hear them playing mostly you listen them on only on reels. ਕੋਈ ਗਾਣਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਇਦਾਂ ਦਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਆ ਫੇਰ ਲੋਕੀ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਹਾਂ ਯਾਰ ਹਨਾ, ਪਰ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਦਾ ਯਾਰ ਵੀ ਹੁਣ ਬੰਦੇ ਐਕਸਾਈਟਡ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਨਾ ਵੀ ਨਵਾਨ ਦਾ ਗਾਣਾ ਆਊਗਾ, ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਦਾ ਗਾਣਾ ਆਊਗਾ, ਸਿੱਧੂ ਦਾ ਗਾਣਾ ਆਊਗਾ, ਠੀਕ ਆ ਉਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਯਾਰ ਯੂ ਨੋ ਕਿ ਲਾਈਕ ਯੂ ਨੋ ਬ੍ਰੋ ਹਰਸ਼ ਨਸੀ ਦਾ ਗਾਣਾ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਯੂ ਨੋ। I mean of course ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਟਾਈਮ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਆ, everyone starts from somewhere.
We will go and have a look one more time at the drop spots here on Olympus.
Bro, I'm not gonna talk about that guy, bro. I don't know, man. ਦੇਖਦੇ ਆ ਨਵਾਂ ਐਲਬਮ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਦੀ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਆ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਗਾਲਾਂ ਹੀ ਪੈ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਨੇ।
A team that I want to talk about that played yesterday and did really well as well, Q, is a South Zone.
Because he is live on, ਮੈਂ ਵੀ ਕਹਾਂ ਕਿੱਥੇ live ਆ।
But with Wolves pretty close by, you know, it's going to be interesting to see exactly how that team goes today as well.
Yeah, they got Bonsai on Olympus, then they'll be on Zeus Station on Storm Point. Veneno, they've got...
Yeah, it's an Apex. It's I don't want to play Last of Us 2, but tomorrow I have work at 9 p.m. Bro, काम करो, काम जरूरी है. Yeah, bro, this is basically a pro league. So basically, the 9 teams out of 30. Yeah, 9 teams out of 30 who wins, they're gonna go for EWC in Riyadh. Esports World Cup. So it's 9 teams from this. There's 9 teams from one another. There's 9 from another, and then 16 from America. I mean, ALGS, no. Like these guys, they are legit.
I find it hard to play, is what I'm going to say, from the edge of zone.
But usually in the game, they are like, you could never know.
Soul player as well. Even ECG, how they play it on that north side of zone.
Yeah, bro.
It does look like
I will be here, Shami.
away from getting into game number 1 Q. Oh, it's day number 2 for APAC South, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate
Inna da hai na yaar apna Jeppy. So basically, like these guys,
I hope you all enjoyed it. It's been crazy Apex
consistency, bro. I mean, bro, they're giving their all to this game.
Again now for day number 2, and we're kicking it off again.
We play this game for like 4 hours, 5 hours max.
Yeah, I would love to say I told you I watched.
But like these guys, they play it for a living, right?
I would be lying though. I had to take me a little nap.
I think when you have something on the line, you give it your all.
Watched a good little bit yesterday, and I'm excited to get into
I don't know if that
today.
makes sense.
Change things up. You mentioned it. You know, you said it. We've got Olympus now. It's not just for a map. It's not just for a week. We will see it a couple of times throughout the course of this season. It's our first time seeing it here today, and one thing that I did want to add to your point on just before we head into this, you were talking about our squad that's dropping down there at Bonsai. They do have Wolves and Dog Red both just up to their north. So if you have any of those like more northern zones, you mentioned if you're late to the party, how much of a struggle that can be. Definitely.
Whole question, bro, like these guys, they have certain obligations to prove, right? नहीं तो उन्होंने change कर देने बाद चों.
It's going to be an interesting start as we said.
ਹੁਣ ਪਿਛਲੀ ਵਾਰੀ ਨਾ ਮਤਲਬ usually orgs ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਨਾ ਜਿਹੜੇ like wins.
Everyone is
I think last ALGS won like a random team ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਬਣਾਈ ਸੀਗੀ ਇੱਕ
Esports first game day looks like they might be gifted.
like there were nobodies and they like just came on top.
Near Solar Array.
Let's get down to it.
Bro, like I don't know people how people compare it, but Jeppy, even if you Google it, even if you ask ChatGPT, which is the hardest BR, hardest battle royale in esports history, Apex Legends, man. I get that Fortnite they which you know like you build things and you need skills and whatnot, but bro like this thing is different, bro.
Too much, but also next to them they do
the
have,
mental
who's going to be dropping over. I feel like
pressure, the skill gap
between the two of Lahim and
is so
Bastion.
huge.
If those two fight early, could get interesting.
Where is RRQ? It does look like Pricey is kind of playing.
We do have an Indian team here.
Maybe he
I mean,
grabbed
not
the
Indian
tribe.
players though, but Indian team, Seoul.
Does look like we are getting a southeast.
How you
zone
doing, baby
here
girl?
in game.
How you doing?
See, you mentioned as far as for teams showing up late, how much of a struggle it can be. So when you talk about
Madam,
some of those squads
तो नहीं हो जाएगा हौली हौली फर्क।
western side of the zones, the ECGs at the inside of the rings.
Way better.
Even Orchid way on the far western side.
I see you, I see you, my friend.
To make sure that they aren't getting
देवी ने पूछा देवी ਦੀ ਫੇਰ ਅੱਖ ਰਾਤ ਚੋਣ ਲੱਗ ਗਈ. His eyes started bleeding again from yesterday.
A team that only was able to pick up
Yeah, that's him, that's him.
on Storm Point yesterday. They do obviously have
The one and only.
Storm Point is where we'll be off to in the back end of the block. So surely would like to put a good couple of chunks of points on the board here in games 1 through 3.
This is one of our teams that we got the watching openly. Very aggressive team. They definitely were in open league. I haven't had much luck in the scrims as I've been watching Apex South Black Hole. So it'll be interesting to see how they go today. It does look like they're on the tail here of Ubi, which is Easy Flash, Bolts, and Dooms here in game number 1. But we have 3 minutes and 40 seconds left here before round 1 is finished closing.
Looking around as far as compositions, I feel like Crypto, yeah, Crypto probably over the altar, because I think we have
Bro,
like
सवेरे वो just
two
सराई थी
teams
games, bro.
that
Like
have a Crypto no altar, so or one team at least. So very
और
close
क्या
between the
अमेरिका
two. We
against
kind of
Indiana?
expected those two would probably be the first two
actually wanna
legends
see
off of the
who
board. So
came
not
up
surprised
top.
to see the compositions the way that they are. One thing that I am kind of surprised to see within the lobby itself is Mad Maggie. We saw Mad Maggie end up being, I think, banned game number 4 yesterday. We actually saw Maggie get banned quite a bit across quite a few
Falcons
regions.
are
It
four,
seems to be a very popular pick. As
the one any ninjas in pajamas,
And not a
stallions.
bad pick.
Oh,
It
yo,
feels
stallion
like
wants
Mad
two in
Maggie
a row.
does counter the Gibby,
That's
so when
insane.
Gibby
Pretty good
starts to
stallions
get
to
a fair bit, it
Albert
does
Lily
feel like
Sacred,
the
bro.
Mad Maggie pick
This
comes
guy
out
मुझे
fair.
नवा आ रहा है ना
Bits,
Sacred,
but we
bro.
can see one team trying to set up here
Insane.
early on at Summers University, and it is PXX overlooking
Guy's insane.
Nah, as Nah trying to hold off this push here. They do lose their Watson Jan. It does look like they do have the energized Newcastle wall, so it should hopefully keep them alive for a little bit here. But if
ना Albert
PXX
Lily
decide
शुरू
to
से रहा
swing,
बढ़िया.
they might be in a little bit of trouble here early on.
Well, PXX know that 2/3 of the lobby have already made their way down here, so they can't overextend peeking on that team that is in that corner underneath. Tried to find a knock, but at this point, you just got to settle
Falcons
back
not
and
playing today.
be okay with splitting real estate. You've got teams like Wolves.
आज
and
पर रात
company
ਨੂੰ
in the
Lions खेलदी
vicinity.
पई है.
If you get caught out, what could be just picking up
So we
one
excited for the
KP
Lions
could quickly
today.
turn into being back in the lobby. Ring around the rosy, we go. In the queue from
मेरी
the
चैट जा
altar
उड़ी है.
does look like No Name getting back to their ways.
The Nino now in some trouble. So Spades, the last one standing. It looks like Soul have made their way in as well. So we were talking about Seoul, how they were going to play on that eastern side of zone. Looks like they have rotated all the way down the south here near Summers University. We still have 20 squads standing with round one a minute away from being fully closed.
Saw Lobby's doing a really good job being disciplined yesterday. You and I talked about it quite a few times about the amount of teams that were around late. I'm not surprised to see game number one at least starting this way. We see teams poking and prodding. We talked about it a lot yesterday. There's one thing you know about APAC South. You do not like to split real estate. Eventually, though, a team will fall, and it will be Veneno. They'll be the first ones that will be left spectating. Rendang will have at least a little bit of access to one of these buildings on that more southeastern side here. You've course got the caustic that'll be able to help lock down some of these doors as well. The problem is this is quite a big building, so you've really got to make sure that your comms are on point, because if you get overextended watching one side or the other, the third party can really quickly turn a fight around.
It's like Aram overlooking UUB at the moment. Do need to be careful. They do have
Ooh, we got one down.
the Nexus to get back to. Hopefully they can pull back Dooms. Otherwise they might be in a little bit of trouble here as a duo. But Aram, who didn't have the best day yesterday, Q, probably looking to bounce back here today for day number 2.
Yeah, Aram were our team that got the most points through qualifiers, but you did mention, did have a relatively quiet day yesterday. They are one of the teams that do benefit, though, like we talked about during the pre-show. You no longer have back-to-back days. They had some time to think about what they did wrong, and maybe you can come in today with a little bit better of a game plan. Team Orchid, also a relatively quiet day yesterday, will look to bounce back. Does have an early fight. Maybe the Maggie ball that does get sent out. It's QWQ, who is on the other side of things here, but neither team is.
Bro, alter the ball जरूरी कितनी पई है, like for every game. Alter is a must.
See any of them really since the first week of, I think it was Open League they won it, and then that was it. Didn't play another weekend. They just kind of relaxed and did some pro scrims, but UWQ in a little bit of trouble at the moment. Team Orchard, the team that is pressuring them at the moment at Solar Array, as the Void Nexus are still available in the game. There is a lot of them being used here early on for game number 1.
The only people eliminated thus far from game number 1 is that first squad. So all 19 teams left. Still left is a full 3 inside the ring. Well, they might not be playing inside the ring. They have been able to get themselves up to that full triple purple Evo, which will give them an advantage over quite a few of the teams that prioritize rotating versus those Evo harvesters. Of course, inside the ring, also a team that quiet yesterday, finished 18th. We do know that they have the potential when you got a player like.
Imagine they
Duke,
had something which can destroy these
the
metal doors, man. But Delhi.
Soul did really well yesterday, Q, in zone reads. We talked about it after the first 3 games. They didn't have that many points, but their zone reads, you couldn't fault it. They were in the right positions when they needed to be. They just could not capitalize on the points needed. Obviously, in those E-District games, that kind of turned the other way. So they'll be probably looking for a different start today here, Q.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, right? At the end of the day, in a battle royale, you can only control what you can control. You mentioned putting yourself in the right spot. There's a lot of RNG, whether it's third parties, whether it be loot differences. We saw a Soul, though, once Law of Averages started playing out, there's a reason that they were 5th at Champs and able to get themselves a solid start to their season. And we'll see if they can continue to do so today. Ubi, Easy Flashes, Squad, and company are still off at a distance, trying to poke and prod and see if they can continue to level up.
मुझे पहला एक तरह का हो रहा है Olympus से जो ना reverse वगैरह होया. This is like a first ALGS match on Olympus.
Really not a lot of fighting going on here early. Maybe a little bit of an engagement out here on this southwestern side as Orchid getting back into the swing of things.
Does look like Team Orchid trying to move in. It is QWQ though. They're just using all utility possible, which is most likely the Void Nexus, and at the moment QWQ trying to get a reset. They're going to run back in, and it does look like both teams now about to fight. It looks like Mosu trying to be aggressive, sneaking behind with the Q. Does take it back though. Nice little
Ooh,
shots coming out with
shots.
the R9. Can they get one down? It does look like Orc could have turned the table. 2 down. And just like that, QWQ gonna be the first team eliminated here in our match day 2. At the same time, RRQ getting some kills. Q looks like they got rid of Dog Red.
It said that they were in a lobby with some fighters. Well, they took down some fighters here early. That's a squad that we were talking about, and that's got to have them feeling pretty good. I mean, already quite a few more points than they had through the first 3. And we're not even but a couple of minutes into the first game here. Bear Claw Gaming, we mentioned a pretty solid day yesterday. Finished second, and they were pretty consistent, although finished very, very strong. Looks like I haven't really gotten to get into much action as of yet. Our Q, meanwhile, try and scout things out with the crypto, try and see if there's anyone pushing.
Imagine je crypto pehla rega crypto hunda na bina wale to.
For now, and in a good spot for zone too. Also, I got to be on it. Like, so yesterday, RRQ really not getting a chance to warm up at all as well.
I think that was the best
servers
decision
were
they
down,
could
but
do for
also
crypto,
in the
right?
first 3
Getting
games, they
invisible.
died pretty early, so does look good for him at the moment. But the only thing that does not help the situation is that there's 17 squads still alive, which means you go out now, Q. It's not many points on the board.
Oh,
Look up
sold.
the top left-hand corner of your screen. You can see all of the crypto drones up in the sky. Every team trying to get as much
we want Soul to
recon
die.
as possible because of the fact there are still 49 players alive. Wolves Esports try and get back into their swing as they do have a team that is right in front of them. Titan Esports fighting up against the Storm as well. That's definitely a spot that you don't want to find yourself in, as it will be one last player left alive.
Bro, you are 1E, man.
Claw Gaming will be taken out.
Black Hole is the team that is trying to stay alive here. It does look like Deep Cross Gaming also now down to a duo.
Soul with a
Kinda stuck
creeper.
on this northern side. It looks like inside the ring, gonna get a kidnap here. They do get down one. It looks like they're gonna try and get the res, but they see the man push on through, and Relove DCG get eliminated here. So all of a sudden, 15 squads left alive, and inside the ring, trying to hold off the push here from Team Ubi.
Yeah, ain't no party like a third party, because the third party don't stop as Team Movie pulls on up. Remarkable team will be taken on out. That's Titan Esports Club will be gone. What's interesting is inside the ring was able to find themselves away off to safety, and they've actually been able to reset, whereas I thought Ubi was going to have a chance to full send third party and get them eliminated.
Does look like they're still going to be aggressive. Easy Flash maybe looking to queue through here. That they will. They get down one. Can they get down two? Don't worry about it. They get them all down inside the ring. Eliminated. 13 squads now left standing with round 4, 15 seconds away from closing.
I said I thought they were going to be able to stay alive. Then all of a sudden they got absolutely deleted. That's the firepower, though, that we had seen from Team Ubi throughout the course of those opens. I mean, we saw them playing through all 4 and were contenders at the top of quite a few of those lobbies.
Team Orchid guys
also
back.
going to be eliminated as more and more teams will be sent back to the lobby. Round number 4 closing. Really, there's not much playable ground in this next zone stuff.
No, there's not, but it does look like Team RRQ about to get into their first fight. Pricey getting a down on XX FPS. It looks like Metro on the Caustic today. Black Hole now down to a duo, so they need to be careful. Rendang eliminated. Looks like a lot of teams slowly but surely starting to fall. TYK as well, as they're trying to rotate in. It looks like Wolves Esports are down to a solo, and all of a sudden we've gone from 16 teams to 10 in a matter of seconds.
The kill feed lighting up like a Christmas tree here. Tom Young Kung all left to their Caustic is trying to stay alive, does have the car to play around while they reset. Unfortunately, I do think both of their players will be finished off. Black Hole officially eliminated. PXX will be left as a duo, as they did just eliminate Black Hole.
The Soul might take this.
They were in some trouble from Wolves. It looks like they got the full reset. Now all of a sudden, looking in a pretty good spot. At the same time, as I say that, RRQ now in some trouble. PXX getting a down. 174 trying to be aggressive. Strafing Flame goes down as well. The last one now left standing. is
Creeper
Metro.
with
Does
unlimited
have the
ammo.
caustic gas to try and help him. The nades aren't going to help. Does help him get down Havoc. All of a sudden, Havoc now on the back foot here. You would
Bro,
hate
how the
to
fuck
be
did he survive
Metro
that, man?
in this situation, because with the altar, it just feels like they can queue through anywhere, and Q gonna get eliminated here at 8th position. So 7 squads left, 15 seconds left for round number 5. We're about to see round 6 with only 6 squads left.
And like PXX vantage point, they're able to oversee the rest of the battlefield, but the problem is they've got a long way to go. Of course, you can use the Q to at least push down to the low ground.
Oh, there's a guy behind.
Oh, that has taken out Jackie Chan. Wolves Esports playing aggressive. Oh, all of a sudden, SAUL have a chance on this southeastern side to cause havoc.
So in the driver's seat right now.
Dude, they have good KP right now.
Number 1 of our match day 2. Now, this would be a dream start for SAUL. 4 squads left. It does look like they need to rotate
Legacy
in.
leg,
I
yeah.
did not cast the curse them at all, but look, Goat looking over it as well. They have a fair bit of zone here, Q, to play with.
They have quite a bit of zone. They've got a good spot. They have to make sure that no one's able to rotate it on that backside.
Okay, have a guy.
Playing wide, which will give them a good amount of information. And it does also look like those last 2 teams that are left alive should actually be forced to fight.
It's
no,
Goat,
actually not
Soul.
on the side. We actually have a solo that is left alive here from ARAM, which could cause a wrench into this final fight between SAUL and Goat.
Legacy taking his time, or it gets a little bit crazy here. If you're SAUL, you're really hoping Goat find that solo first. If they can, we will have to wait and see exactly what happens here. So 3 squads left. Owo with the 6 kills on the caustic. 7 members still standing.
I think both teams, funny enough, are more squared off on this northeastern side of the small little zone that's left. And Song Yu is this lone solo who's tucked far and away, out of sight and out of mind. And you mentioned, as far as for Seoul, you probably were hoping to see Goat find that lone player. It does look like potentially on the hunt for him here. Legacy actually maybe sending shots there off their direction, but this is where things could get interesting. If both teams end up sending towards the solo, you get kind of this weird mixed bag where no one's truly in the advantage. ARAM ends up going out though.
Here we go now. Legacy going in with the EMP. Doesn't get it though. He does get 90 bang it, I think. With that nade, the Q's come out. Looks like Soul, SAUL, sorry, trying to hold it down. Sharky now going for the Q. Can he get one down? He can. It is a 2v2 situation, and SAUL take game number 1 here for match day 2.
Well, they were one of the teams we were wondering if they could carry over that momentum off the back end of match day number 1, and they come in with a banger here to start off match day number 2. It's SAUL coming out on top, not only with the 12 placement points, but able to pick up 12 eliminations along the way as well. Sharky absolutely popping off.
Sharky with a massive game there. Jesco as well. Legacy doing his job on the crypto for SAUL, and they will take game number 1. And as we can see,
Caustic 100. 80 on the crypto.
भाई नंबर दूसरा ब्रा क्या है
50 flash caustic. Crypto dead. Last one. No, 2 more. Two, sorry. Also dead. He should be low. On me, dead.
Okay. Don't look at my POV then again. Don't look at my POV then again. Holy fuck.
Let's fucking go, bro.
I'm leaving. I'm going for a walk. I did. Yep.
Oh my god.
I'm just fried.
What a fucking game, cunt.
That was a good game.
Bro.
They're like 200 something now.
The way they held there was insane.
Last one. No, 2 more. Two, sorry. Also dead. He should be low. On me, dead.
It's so easy, bro. It will, and I mean, we'll go and have a look at the legend.
और no one क्या है?
I feel like watching Ultra is just really frustrating as I feel like as a caster, but also maybe for viewers. The fact that teams can just push in and leave without, you know, finishing the fight. As soon as they get cracked, it feels like teams are just rotating instantly away from the fight. But that's the advantage. Having Ultra still in the game, and we'll go and have a look as it is S8UL getting a win here a little bit earlier on than yesterday. Q, I think it took him to, was it match 4 or 3 for him to get a win? So not a bad start here for S8UL for match day 2.
Yeah, definitely a good start for them. And also got to give a big shout out to GOAT right now holding down that second place spot as well. The two of them kind of being big point sponges, which means the rest of the lobby relatively close together. But S8UL, I feel like a team that last year kind of got overlooked just because you had the high fraggers of both Genji and Wolves, right? But S8UL is showing that they're no slouches either, putting themselves up at the top of the leaderboard here today.
Great start by S8UL, and as we know, we've got a lot of S8UL fans over on the YouTube as well. So if you guys are there, we appreciate you guys showing up once again here for APAC South. We'll go and have a look at our top 5 kill getters, and Sharky starting the day with 9 kills was not on my list of things to talk about. Sharky looking good, and he is a professional if we've ever met one. We saw him in champs, we got to meet him, and just the way he, you know, is, you know, he didn't leave stage.
Carries himself.
Yeah, the way he carries himself. The day 1, I don't think he left stage at all the whole day. So Sharky leading the way with the kills and the damage here for day number 2. Bring it back to us. But so far, so good.
Surprised to see what, 2 Wolves, 2 Soul players there up at the top as far as damage getters. I would say the heavy hitters in the lobby thus far doing their thing in map number 1. Again, surprised to see GOAT getting as many points as they did, simply because they did have a relatively quiet day yesterday. But for a team that we did see, I mean, really do a good job of racking up points throughout the throughout the course of our qualifiers. I mean, they were the last team in through opens, getting their feet wet and getting a good, you know, second place finish. That's could be a good motivator for them.
Yeah, and we talked about Wolves, and no one has really seen them since last year. Scary team, right? I mean, well, it wasn't the best game, but like they're still there. You see them putting the pressure in. They're a scary team to have very close by to you. Seen someone in chat saying, where's Wen? Wen is no name. They like to change their names a lot here in APAC South. It is something that they like to make our job harder as a caster and the viewers to get used to. But that is okay. Anyways, chat, we do appreciate you guys being here once again. Remember, there is a giveaway in chat queue. And what have I got to say in chat again? There's just one word up.
It's just APAC South. Get you some Apex coins, baby. If it's free, it's for me. It's free 99 to enter. Give yourself a chance, man.
Exactly. And also massive shout out to our sponsored who is powering us this year, and that is Legion. As you can see, a beautiful head here on broadcast. All right, we shouldn't be too far away from game number 2, but let's go and have a look at the POIs before we get into this game and see exactly where Seoul were before they won this game.
Yeah, Seoul didn't have too far of a rotate on in, because remember, we did have that more southern zone. They were landing over at Clinic. They did have one of the later draft picks of the people who picked late here as far as for Olympus. I think one thing for the point that you were talking about for Wolves, maybe not the quite pop-off game that we're usually seeing from them, but they also were gifted zone, so they weren't exactly able to go roaming out on the edge, you know?
No, yeah, you're right. And I mean, the Soul, they rotated so quick, man. They knew exactly where zone was going. They rotated Summers, I mean, like in 2 minutes. I don't reckon they looted Clinic, to be honest. So, Soul already looking good here for match day 2. We are live for AVC chat. We're about to get in for game number 2, as it looks like everyone is loading into the server here this afternoon. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully we can see a north or even a west side zone. I really do enjoy the west side of Olympus. I feel like Oasis is one of my favorite spots here on Olympus. So I'd love to see an Oasis zone. That's all I ask for.
You know, say, I could deal with an Oasis zone. Could be fun. I was gonna say, I also would like to see a Western zone, just off of the mere fact that, again, I want to see some of these teams pushing RRQ early. I know that we did see RRQ was able to have an early elimination. I don't think they were able to get an early team wipe until a little later on, but they were able to pick up themselves a couple of points. But I think for a team, when we saw them put together, I know you and I talked a little bit in the background, the potential's there. 5 maps in, just haven't seen it yet.
Nothing yet. Nothing yet. But this is game number 2 of our 8-pack South match day 2. We are on Olympus. 2 more games to go before we head over to Storm Point. Will we see a altar ban here for game number 2? That is the question. Wait, see, we did have a lot of altars in game number 2, but game number 1. But will we see the exact same here for game 2?
I was trying to remember, didn't we also see a relatively early Watson ban in one of the regions? Or am I just making that up? Was that maybe APAC North?
It could have been maybe APAC North, maybe.
Yeah, I was just seeing a decent amount of Watson picks kind of as we were looking around the legend selects as well. Watson, I feel like a legend that we have been seeing getting a little bit more pick value as of late. I know we'll see some Valkyries taking to the sky, but I feel like if Valk is going to get banned, it will probably be more so over on Stormpoint.
Looks like maybe BCG getting a rift zone here. We're waiting to see where this zone does pull. Gravity Engine is where UB is, but it does look like, yeah, we are going to get a rift zone. So that is good for RRQ. Hopefully they get the zone knowledge early on, which will help them to realize they don't need to move far here for this game.
Well, we always talk about when you're gifted zone, you have to be able to capitalize. We have seen plenty of teams be able to do so over the course of the first 7 maps. I promise I can do maps. 7 maps of the split thus far. RRQ probably aren't going to be gifted too many with that POI, at least on Olympus. So now that you've gotten one, you got to make sure that you can really lock on in. That they will have at least a decent little spread to be able to get looted and booted. Might even be looking to rotate towards BCG sooner than later.
Could be just trying to get a good spot in zone here. I know one of these zones pull north, but this could be a good start for Team RRQ. If Pricey does get the down here, 20 squads. Looks like BCG need to be careful. They have decided to rotate more towards the south side of Rift, which is not a bad play, especially knowing now that RRQ have already made their way to where they think zone will be. So game number 2 so far so slow, but it looks like Kilo and Dog Red are starting to get into it here as well early on.
We said that this is a team that, well, maybe we didn't say it online. I know we were talking about in the green room that I think has the potential, the Thai squad, and looks like they've been able to find one of the players off of the squad from Na. It does look like that normal and tasting blood will be able to duck it out of town and at least stay alive for now. DCG has someone knocking right next door to him, looking to try and see if they can get access into here.
DCG, they'll be looking to try and get some points on the board. They had a 0-point game in game number 1. So Black Hole very close by. There's a lot of teams in this area. So does look like a lot of teams rotating towards the northern side of this zone queue, which means maybe a majority of the teams think it's not going to pull more Rift, it's going to pull more on this side.
Yeah, I mean, on this side already, you've got Titan Esports Club, GEC, and Black Hole in these 3 buildings that are kind of all in this little L shape here. So most of the real estate already being taken up. Let's not forget you have RRQ not too far away. Tom Young Kung also already in Rift and looking to try and get into a fight. Unfortunately, they've already lost 2, 7-2. The last one left alive and seems to be in the sights of BCG.
BCG gonna get rid of TYK here early on. So TYK first team eliminated. BCG being aggressive here, but Wolves Esports pretty close by. Does look like they get caught off guard though. Havoc getting the down as well. So Wolves, no name, in some trouble. RRQ set up on the northern side of zone in a pretty good spot for now.
Saw RRQ move to this building relatively quickly. They were able to push away BCG, and there's one thing that I feel like RRQ with their experience can do is get some good zone reads. The problem for them is since they did land up here, did not need to rotate very far. They didn't get to loot too much. I mean, you're still sitting on 3 white shields, 3 napkins. Not exactly where you want to be if you're going to be taking some fights.
BCG holding some height here. Goat as well, trying to find a place to play. That Hemlock is just one of the most insane guns I've ever seen in Apex. We'll go and see some more action. See if RQ still just looking down their sight at the moment. Nothing really happening here for majority of these teams.
Yeah, I mean, again, for RQ, you've got 3 teams in those buildings over where Black Hole's at. You've also got Titan Esports Club, and you do know you've got a couple of teams inside Rift as well. So if you're RQ, if you think that's the zone read, you think it's heading towards the very north side over here, you might as well just hunker down. Honestly, the 3 teams in these buildings over here have a lot of the same idea, which is why they are pretty comfortable sharing real estate as much as you and I have talked about ad nauseum here through the first day and a half, that teams typically don't like to do so in Apex South.
And no coexisting allowed. 19 squads. It looks like BCG moving in on Wolves Esports. Now Wolves, they don't want to die here. This would not be the start that Wolves would want. So BCG being aggressive. That's all like BCG being caught in a hard place at the moment, but a very slow fight between these 2 teams.
I think these 2 teams know that if you let off too much noise, it becomes very enticing for the squads that are either just on the other side towards grid, or they do know that they've got other teams around them as well. I mean, SAUL is just up the hill and could insert themselves into this fight if both teams acquire down. So while Wolves is trying to play aggressive and knows they've got BCG down, you don't want to sustain a down yourself. They will eventually be able to get this team eliminated. I think SAUL picked up one of those. SAUL still very much on the high ground and very much in a safe spot.
I missed that fight because all I have is the Wraith Q in my ear. But 18 squads left. BCG getting eliminated. That's only 5 points for BCG here after 2 games, Q. So not the best start for the lads over at BCG. RQ, let's see. We'll have to go and see exactly where all the teams are in the zone here for round number 2. I think there's still only a minute left here before it's closed.
Yeah, I think most people are still anticipating a more power grid-ish sort of finish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams up there. Including the 3, 4, now 5 teams that are in Rift as well. So teams still definitely anticipating this being pulling more towards that northeastern side. I am surprised to see the likes of Orchid all the way down south. I guess they must be at 2-0, looking to try and get 1 player back if they're even counter-rotating that far back in. So maybe that must be the point. But we had mentioned how much teams have been trying to prioritize rotating, especially on Olympus, and you're really seeing it in the top northern part of your map.
Let me do the tomato also, man.
18 squads still alive too, Q. So with 18 squads still alive, with round 2, 18 seconds away from closing, it feels like Rift, you don't really have too much to play. Those buildings are kind of hard to hold.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see how all these teams go. I feel like Seoul in a really good spot. Sorry, SAUL in a really good spot for this game. On the high, which is pretty hard for teams to move in on. Wolves as well, they're pretty happy that BCG are gone. They're in a pretty good spot as well. The thing is that they need to be careful with is make sure they don't go through that rift and end up on the other side of the zone here in game number 2.
You want to not go up onto that rift, but you do also, ironically, you're the beneficiary of where Seoul is at, right? Because SAUL has that high ground. There's not going to be anybody that's really going to push it down in towards your location, because you do have the ability to tuck in towards the building, allow SAUL to be essentially the free third party. A team will
Hemlock is so fun to use.
falling across the way, though. They are going to take that ground that is directly below SAUL. As far as for RRQ, still hunkered down in that same northern building. They've been able to upgrade those Evos a little bit. I think the big thing that's been standing out to me is we've been able to tune in towards their players, and all of them very well kitted out as far as for ammo for a late game scenario.
Havoc relaxing for now, as a lot of teams are gonna have to start rotating here as we see the zone change for teams. We'll have a look and see exactly where this next one goes as well, and that is a crazy pool if I've ever seen one. Yeah, Seoul thinking that they're in a good spot. All of a sudden, this zone pulls all the way back to the western side here for game number 2.
Yeah, no, this zone is very unforgiving. A lot of teams are going to have to move here. Titan Esports Club find themselves in a tough spot as it's Black Hole that's knocking on their door. However, they will.
You know what would have been awesome? If they could control zones also.
Does anybody else pull up for the third party? It does look like
Sara zones switch kar dende.
Dang also trying to play it slow. Veneno overlooking it. Veneno not the best start in game number 1. Having no points. Looks like they're still kind of stuck on no points here unless they make it into the top 15.
Did you finish a sentence to be a hero?
Team
आज शायद मेरा था वो भी आ रहा है ना? One Piece भी आ रहा है आज.
Bad spot because Strafing Flame, as I think he kind of knows where this zone is pulling. Yeah, for game number 2.
Yeah, I mean, this was the call for them, right? I think this is part of the reason why they want to sit in that northernmost building. You make sure that nobody gets control of the north side of the zone, because now they'll be able to watch the very little bit of their 6. You can play nice and wide with those Watson fences as well. Team Orchid currently in a tough spot as they flow. The last one that is left alive, of course, the Alter TP will be able to bring their teammates back. And question is, does anybody have a idea of their location on the south side of the zone? Because you have DCG in the area, however, they're not currently pushing onto them. They've got their hands full with ARAM, as ARAM looking to try and step things up here.
ARAM moving in. The Seer ultimate is down, so with the Seer ultimate down, it gave DCG a little bit more time to stay alive, but they will still get eliminated. It looks like Orchard now getting a full reset. Gonna move in. Down goes Joe after. Can they keep on putting the pressure down? And that is exactly what they're gonna do on the front foot. One more member left, I think, for a round to get, but Team Orchard all of a sudden turning their story around here.
Spot for them to be able to use this little L wall for cover to be able to get the reset. For the Thai squad, Team Ubi currently trying to get a reset to their name, as it does look like both the Bolts as well as Easy Flash were just about out of shields, but they should be able to get fully reset back up. Wolves have been chilling on this low ground out here at Rift. I'm kind of surprised no one has at least tried to push their direction. Red and Dang will be able to help end up taking out Veneno. And here's Dog Red looking to add themselves into the conversation as well.
Dog Red very close to Rendang. Will we see a little bit of Rendang versus Dog Red action? We wait and see. Rendang getting some shots down there. Alter Qs, it does look like it has kind of slowed down just a little bit, but as you can see, Na playing underneath where Seoul are at the moment. And I feel like the rotate in here from SAUL and the teams underneath Gonna be kind of
Bro,
hard.
they have Valkyrie.
for
They can
round
fly.
number 4 closing.
Yeah, it's tough, right? Because you're gonna have the teams that are across the way that, say, for instance, S8UL is currently shooting towards that are gonna be looking their way. But there is that team I do believe that is still directly under them, which they will have to worry about dropping down on top of or in front of, which is Nah. And Nah actually looks like they will be one of the first ones to push out. Nah does have, of course, that Newcastle, and the Newcastle does have their wall available to them. So where do they opt to go with it is the real question. Actually,
Ooh,
they're
shots,
to the
man.
sky,
Nice
which
shots.
is honestly probably a better decision. They should get a pretty free rotate towards the northern side of that zone. For other teams like GOAT on the southern side, it's just about holding these teams off as they try and close in.
Titan Esports moving in. It looks like there is inside the ring very close by. So Titan Esports, but inside the ring need to fight this as well. Orchard go through the wall. The caustic ult comes out. The RE45
Bro,
and Team
why would
Orchard
they push?
gets sat down very quickly here. Inside the ring, need to try and get a reset. But with Titan Esports Club right there above them, I do not like their chance at all.
Yeah, I mean, Titan Esports Club, though, they're not going to push them to the low ground, so maybe a chance to get a reset. But the question then is, how do you reset and get out of there? Titan Esports Club, this is like shooting fish in a barrel, and inside the ring will be taken out. These are your new kill leaders for now on your screen, as they will have a little bit of a ways to go towards their northeast if they're going to get in towards this zone. Also having a bit of a way to rotate in is S8UL, and they are currently getting kept out.
They have to be aggressive here. It's Wolves versus Soul. Beautiful shots by Jesco. He's the only man left alive for his crew. The Wraith trying to get in. He does get the bat off, but he doesn't get the job done. Wolves get the kills, and Wolves stay alive just for now with 7 squads left out here. But it does look like Wen may be in a little bit of trouble here with Team RRQ wrapping their backside.
That was a very, very good drill to be able to push them away from the pylon there, to be able to get them away from their safety. Mentioned RRQ pushed down this hill, but not wanting to be overly aggressive, and understandably so. Pricey is currently by themselves, separated from their 2 teammates. Getting knocked there could be detrimental. Instead, ends up back with the rest of the squad. Wolves gets Crazy Kong back on their feet, but ends up quickly being put back down, and this should be at the end of Wolves.
Yep, Wen somehow still alive just for now. He doesn't have much health. If he can get this med kit off, he might be okay. He does have a Q up his sleeve. He might have to use it. That's exactly what he does, but he gets shot in the backside, and RRQ will get the job done here. Does look like RRQ gonna swing the corner. Down goes one from Havoc. This is what this team needs. Can they keep the pressure on? A nice little 100 banger there, and just like that, Havoc get eliminated, and someone let Pricey off the leash because he is playing like a dog right now here for game number 2.
Yeah, who let the dogs out? Because right now they are absolutely not just barking, but they're biting as well. RRQ are on the hunt, and Pricey now spraying across with that hemlock, spreading damage across the team on the high ground. And at this point, it feels like as long as RRQ can clean up this fight with Titan Esports Club, that should help them secure the dub. The big thing for them is making sure they don't overextend.
Nice hemlock shots coming out the Qs as well. Metro now needs to be careful. He's on a little, oh my god, a more an aggressive legend here for this game. He does get 1 down on Titan Esports Club. Let's get 2 down. Metro starting to cook here in round number 6. We have 4 squads left. Then Team RRQ looking pretty good.
They are looking phenomenal. Metro is knocked though, so they will need to get back up onto their feet. Strafing Flame will be responsible for that. Pricey holding off people with shots across the way, has both the car as well as the hemlock in the hand. It seems like they got a couple of hemlocks. It's PXX now at this point. That is the biggest threat to RRQ. They're the other team that's on the high ground across the way. And they do have the pylon that will at least help keep the ordnances, the nades away from them, but I feel like RRQ have the better gunnies here.
It's going to be hard. They do have the pylon down as well, which is stopping the god nades being sent in. Pricey trying to find some Qs to put down to fight this team. Now, if they get rid of this team, they may win this game. The problem now, though, Q, it looks like PXX and I think Titan Esports Club in a good spot here. 3 squads still left. PXX now trying to stay alive.
PXX know where RRQ are, though. That's the problem, and they have the high ground. Titan Esports Club have somehow been able to get back onto their feet and as a full 3, and it seems like they do have the power position from here on out. They are overlooking PXX and have been able to take them out. RRQ
these guys, they came out of nowhere and won.
It's a 3v1, and Titan Esports Club take home the dub here in game number 2.
Titan Esports Club, if you don't mind getting the W here for game number 2, but
RRQ, by the way, ਇੱਕ ਤਾਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੂੰ ਪੋਰਟਲ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰਦਾ ਆ
I'll be pretty happy with that.
ਸਟਾਰਟਿੰਗ ਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਡੋਮ ਜਿਹਾ ਬਣਾ ਦਿੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਨਵਿਜ਼ੀਬਲ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹੋ.
Able to get some good points along the way. Definitely happy with that for number 2. But talk about a pop-off game here for a remarkable team. 13 KP to go along with the 12 placement points. A 25-point game. Surely puts them up head and above the rest of the squads here moving forward. I mean, 25 points is a heck of a way to cement yourself here in game number 2.
And then ਉਹਦਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਕਿਊ ਕਰਦੀ ਆ ਉਹ ਤੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਡਬਲ ਜੰਪ ਐਡ ਕਰਤਾ so you can double jump in the queue.
In game number 2, and they get a beautiful victory. Team RRQ coming second, PXX third.
ਬਾਕੀ ਰੋਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਚੱਲ ਪਕਾਤੀ ਰਹਿੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਫਿਰ ਤਾਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਫਿਰ people prefer it.
We're going to have a look at the series overall, and it is S8UL still leading the way here. Remarkable team second, which is Titan. Go third, Wolves Esports fourth, and Havoc rounding out the top 5. And that's how it looks so far after 2 games. We're going to have a look at which legend is getting banned here moving forward.
Alter.
Hit me with it.
Mad Maggie.
What? It's not the altar? Hello, the Mad Maggie off the board in game.
Alter ban ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਸੀ ਤੇ
A little ridiculous if you ask me, but hey, you know what, we're just
bro, Alter's so overpowered.
I suppose it was game number 4 for Maggie yesterday.
Stuck in the airfield
game number 2 here
good times.
today.
No, I do think like
I
having
guess
no
that
rush
means
bros
now
is
is where
definitely
some of the
a good
chunky
thing.
boys come into play. You had mentioned before, Maggie
Immediately,
usually a good counter
while I'm
of
in it,
the
I'm
likes
leaving.
of,
I'm genuinely
Gibbies.
leaving.
Maybe it's time for the more
I'm actually
defensive
leaving.
compositions to come into play as we get ready for
If this is me, I'm leaving the fucking game better.
One more game to go. I don't know why.
Yo, fuck his teammates too. If I'm him, I'm actually cursing my teammates out in every language that I know
But that
possible.
is Titan Esports Club with the game 2 victory. But yes, one more game.
Dude,
on
yeah, okay.
Olympus. And
Closed the door
Alter is
and got
still
launched to the next
on
fucking, literally the next
Maybe
game,
it's
bro.
just a gentleman
I'm literally,
agreement
yeah,
here today, Q. Maybe we didn't know.
I'm crashing out personally.
Let's just not
whoever
get
closed the
Alter
door,
banned to
whoever closed
around
the door,
match 5
dude,
here
whoever
on
closed the door, I'm actually finding where they are.
I've really
That
heard
is-
this slide
that is a
yesterday,
fucking
Jeremy,
kill
and
to
it's
see.
just,
purpose and it just
what
worn
is
out.
going
Mine's
on,
Holy
right?
fuck.
It's not like we've had a change all of a sudden. It's not like
The
we've
way
seen
I would crash out.
Has there been some shadow nerf? I don't know, because
I don't
it
make it
feels
back to
like
that.
all of a sudden Alter has
there.
gone from a top 2 and maybe not even not 2 to maybe not being banned at all. But let's go and take a look as far as how some of our top kill getters are doing thus far through to here, Sony.
And it's still Sharky leading the way here for S8UL. He has 12. We have Zio with 6. Owo with 6. We have Bay with 5. And Crazy
A 1 of
Kong
3,
with
88
5
plus
here
Trophy
as
Titans
well. And for the
guarantee
damage,
player
well,
pick.
Jackie Chan
Ramirez.
moving
Oh, a
up
bunch of you
to
guys
the
have
top
got Ramirez.
of the
Okay.
leaderboard there.
Ramirez, can you please pop
8.
up?
Damage, Sharky second, Metro having a big.
Oh my god, we got 2 and 1.
For,
Two? Wait,
in
unless
top
this is the
three
only
for
walkout in the pack.
damage, and,
No, we got
Wolves,
2. We got 2 walkouts.
They're still doing what they usually do.
Is that who I think it is? No way! Oh my god! Wait, yeah, it's a bit. Oh my god! What? Dino! Oh, look at the image as well! Look at it! Is that who I think it is? No way! Oh my!
Chat, and we appreciate you all again for being here. Remember, there is giveaways in the chat. Apex South in the chat for your chance to go in the running for 2 Apex coins giveaways, and also a massive shout out to Legion.
I would take it.
Apex South. Yeah. Well, so far so good, and a lot of stories being written for teams that are out here. SAE well, falling zone early. Obviously, very far back to the western side of where they were. They decided to not back out. They decided to rotate.
No. Good one.
I'm ulting
done, but also
Oh my god.
It didn't help their story, no, but I mean, they were still able to at least pick themselves up a couple.
They're all dead.
That was one of those perfect games of
Yeah,
if you can't pick up a bunch,
Iron height.
pick yourself up a couple. Again, control what you can control. Usually you want to try and aim around
That's,
like
I think
6 to 7 point mark. Sorry.
And we'll be right back.
No, but you usually want to be right around that mark every game. That way, when you do have those pop-off marks, you're where you want to be at the end.
Chasing on me.
I remember this one watching live.
Be able to manage, I think, was it like 4 or 5 points they did, despite the fact they weren't really able to pick themselves up really in elimination. Still have themselves in first place too. So
Up here.
I mean, it's just now keeping it going. It's a momentum thing, and it's a mental thing for RRQ, as we know, and as we have talked about. I feel like the whole world knows exactly what they need. So we're one game away before we head over to Stall Point, and at the moment we're kind of seeing a real controlled Olympus gameplay style.
I enjoy it.
Yeah, I feel like this is why Olympus is fun to watch when it's like this. In a scrims point of view, yeah, okay, we get it, and maybe in the CC point of view of things, but Pro League, when there's a lot that is on the line, a spot
Yeah, it's been really fun to watch here through the first 2.
Oh, I'm gonna do it. Bel tempo avanço verem.
But again, remember yesterday on Olympus, yesterday on Storm Point, we only scored 1 point. Well, Storm Point after this map. I feel like you would really like to be around that like mid-20, 30-point marker before you're heading back there, and they're shy on that. Step it up here, heading off to map number 3. The good news is it does look like we have got 60 players in the lobby. Let's go ahead and take one more quick look as far as where teams are going to be landing before we take the sky.
Yeah, I feel like what we haven't talked about yet, and we will once we get to Stall Point, is where landing. Very different situation compared to yesterday. No one on their backside queue.
All good,
Still
John.
had a very strong
I got us. Don't you worry.
So it'll be interesting because they have put themselves in the middle of a couple of big dogs.
Very
similar to like we have here on if we're being honest. And what has been interesting, we had talked about going into the day, maybe seeing a DCC try and heat check this RRQ squad. No one has yet. And I don't know if I would at this point because they have been coming out on top of those early engagements.
Oh, one's close. Should we give you all? Oh, this guy's crazy. Nice. Behind you. Wait, is it in there and give you all? Inside.
We are
Crazy, Unbelievable
Some
resin today.
action here for game number 8. Just cute. See, a lot of teams struggling with points today. QWQ with only 1 point so far, and Vanina, who had a very interesting day yesterday. They were up and down, but they had a pretty good day in my eyes. On 0 points so far after 2 games.
Well, part of it is you've had a couple of points and lost a couple of games, right? Like, remember, as far as for Titan Esports Club, they're sitting on 26 points. 25 of them were last team. Even for S8UL, they have 30 points, 25. 24 of them were from games. That's probably the reason why you are seeing a lot of the other lower scores. That is good news, though, for teams that are
I was actually kind of mind boggled. Like I used to pray for races like that, but like that was a little too crazy. I'm like, holy fuck, guys, literally on the other side of his bubble.
Well, hang on,
He placed bubble down instant. I was like, wait, what?
Which is a little bit more calm of a POI than say your typical match where half the lobby drops.
Wait, the guy literally walked into EMP 1 HP.
Yeah, well, they get to loot it by themselves, so that must be quite nice. I don't know what that feels like at
I mean,
all, but
this guy, if he keeps sitting there.
Again, Titan Esports, very close fire here as well. Looks like a lot of teams prioritizing.
Wait, another team just patted.
Yeah, I mean, making sense, right? Olympus, we had mentioned earlier, there is not like, let's say, we saw yesterday, there is plenty of really good spot in the end zone. There's really only a handful. We kind of saw RRQ taking advantage of
One speed.
We actually saw
Hey,
RRQ pushing off a squad
I'm dropping you.
literally right off of the rift from the spot that they were able to hold down for the entire game that put them in a darn good position to win. So
Dropping down, but you're good. Two drop.
Out here, so the Watson coming in very handy in these early stages of these games.
You know what I miss, and I love seeing it on our screen here. I have, for a long time, really loved the synergy.
That's why you don't go to the bubble. That guy literally just got stunned and insta-killed.
Reminds me of like the, the odes to like old Team Boys, Team Burger sort of deal. Like you can just really make, like shut down and open up shop anywhere, whether it's in a building like we're seeing Titan Sports Club doing currently, or whether you're kind of tucked into a corner out on Storm Point, out in the open, you can still really play wide and create your own cover. So I always love to see
Don't again.
I died before the bubble.
RRQ, some pretty good.
You need to give you all right now.
I talked about this earlier on about how you can just rotate through these maps with the Tridents and the Giddy Bubble. It's basically a free rotate. You don't lose any damage. You get the easiest purple shields. And very quickly.
Oh my god!
So a lot of teams, which I do need to be careful about, is maybe there's going to be a lot more teams rotating through this area. Though,
We're trolling you so bad.
Yeah, I think that they are lucky enough that
I got
the
worse playing
majority
with
of
the
teams
other
have
than
already started
Like, genuinely play
towards Dockyard, right? So they are one of the later.
It's never over. When I'm on your team, Nami.
Nami, you were non-trolling when you were asking me. Come carry us.
A little slower than usual on the road.
They make movies about me.
You have teams like Havoc who have already made their way on over. Now, I would even say Havoc kind of more on the outside of the 10, 12, whatever teams are that have already made their way towards Dockyard here.
Full right.
A little teams like Goat who are a little bit more central.
And a lot of teams gonna play this zone a little bit different as well. As majority of the teams, if they are getting the map route from the States, are going to see that a lot of teams are already on this far west side.
One's on the back, one's close.
RRQ got their car. Maybe still, maybe not, but it does look like they are going to move in here for an early fight, and it does look like the bubble comes out from straight case Metro needs it.
I'm dead.
Wait to see, they do get one down. You need to be careful, those strafing. They're going to play the pylon and rotate in. So that Gibby ultimate does get scuffed, and it looks like Pricey's going to rotate in, and PXX on the back foot here early with RRQ trying to keep their good form going as well.
So inside the ring comes in and scoops up RRQ's whip and says, nah, you can hang out here. But RRQ ends up being the beneficiary of it, right? They walk away with a couple of KP after they take out PXX. Oh, they're doing their best to avert some Tokyo drifting off here in the middle of the zone. Does look like they will now eventually get off onto
We need to get to the cell like now.
because their composition doesn't really scream to me that they should be able to be playing kind of out in the middle of nowhere. We'll see how things work for them. ARAM though, they're in a tough spot. Yo, after the only one left alive, but that's a shotty to the body that puts them down.
Yeah, and on the Gibby as well. So not only does he have the gold PK, he has that gun shield as well. So 18 squad still standing around. Be pretty happy with that because
man,
they didn't have the best day yesterday.
ਉਹ ਤੂੰ ਵੇਖਿਆ ਤੂੰ ਉਹ ਬਾਡੀਗਾਰਡ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਬੋਲਿਆ ਸੀ ਨਾਗਰੇ ਨੂੰ ਹੁਣ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਪੈਸੇ ਕਰੀ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਨਾ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਜੁਬਨ ਮੇਰੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਖਾ ਗਿਆ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਡਿਸ ਕੱਢਣਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਜੁਬਨ ਤੇ
Here today, Dog Red have been relatively quiet. A team that we had talked about at the top of things has the potential with the duo from Five Fears, who of course played at Champs alongside one of the veterans of the scene of Kilopause, but haven't really seen them be able to get too much cooking as of yet. Currently only sitting on 5 points. It does look like RRQ still left over here at Estates. No one quite pushing them, although there is a potential that inside the ring might double back around and try and take a fight.
S8UL as well, just playing the Gen G style game this game. It seems like they've realized, okay, everyone's gone to zone. Let's just try and rotate in and we'll make sure that we all have purple, which is not a bad play at all by the boys at S8UL, who are still, I'm pretty sure, leading the way here after 2.
Currently sitting on top, and they are also currently on the southeastern side of the zone and pretty looted and booted. They've also got themselves a Trident to help with the rotation as well. I don't think that thing's gonna fit that way, my guys. We can try it, but I think all we can do is give you the A for effort. They do, of course, have that Gibby bubble, which will help with the rotate here on the Trident as well, and allows for them to just rotate along the outside. I'm going to be curious to see where they end up landing, because they are kind of counter-rotating away from Dockyard, where the zone is eventually going to be rotating, but they do have a couple of isolated trios out this way that if they want to take fights, they can.
Goat now being aggressive. It does look like Nah trying to stay alive as well. So a lot of teams starting to make their way to the western side, and as we know, 18 squad still standing, something this region is probably not used to practicing against Q on an Olympus game.
Yeah, definitely something you're not too used to seeing, but you love to see the discipline really being shown from all the players here. I think something that has been learned throughout the region throughout the last couple of years, and part of the reason we have seen the region continue to improve on their LAN performances at the international stage as well. So you love to see them already being off to their top disciplined ways, and even just week number 2 here on Olympus. 18 squads left alive as the second ring closes in is definitely kind of crazy to think about. Yo, After is just about finding themselves on the ground. Will be able to get the bat